I need sleep, I need new shit. I need peace, I need you win. I don't want the D, I need you shit.
Hello and welcome back to my channel. So I know I've been gone for a while. I always say that when I start these videos. Look, y'all, life is crazy. It's busy. I always say that too. Okay, so this video is about the 5 main brushes I feel like would be really helpful if you are a beginner at doing your makeup. I want to say a beginner with a little bit of knowledge of highlight and contour. I do have a video on highlight and contour if you feel like you're not comfortable with that at all, but this video is kind of more so for people who have like basic knowledge of highlight and contour and know how to do the basics when it comes to that, and they don't feel uncomfortable doing that. So if you feel uncomfortable doing highlight and contour, this may not be the video for you, but stick around and watch. You never know. I do make this really simple. I'm doing this step by step. These are the 5 main brushes that I feel like are helpful for people who are beginners at makeup but do have a little knowledge in highlight and contour. This is a big fluffy brush, so I don't want to I don't want to focus so much on the product, what specific brush it is and what's the name, because I feel like that this is a little more tapered brush. You'll see me use this for like the contour. I contour with powder because it's easier for me. It cuts down a lot of all that blending, and it's kind of lightweight. My skin is to a point where I feel like I can do just lightweight makeup. I don't need to do heavy cream. So you're gonna see me use this brush. That's 2. And you're gonna see me use a brush similar to this, which is this flat brush. So I think this is important because these 2 are important because you can use them for either or when it comes to your eyebrows. You can use this one for your eyebrows, you can use this one for your eyebrows. The only difference is one is a little more square and the other one's a little more round, and you can still shape your brows with both of these. So I think these are important because people can choose which one they want to use and still get great results. So that's 4. And my last brush is just another fluffy brush. So as you can see, most of these are fluffy brushes because you're gonna need to use those for your face mostly. You're gonna need to switch back and forth. You don't want to keep using the same brushes because it's not going to give you the results that you need. So that's why I split these up based off size. So one big fluffy one, one that's kind of more tapered, and a really small tapered one. Those 3, and then the other 2 are focused on the eyebrows. So if you are just literally doing foundation, powder, and you're shaping your brows, this is like, so these brushes are the best to use when you are just doing something very natural. You're going to see me using a beauty blender. This is from Morphe, but you know, I don't care which one as long as it's soft. It doesn't have to be the real beauty blender. You're gonna see me using this for the foundation because I use this for the foundation. If you would like to, this is not a brush that I've included in my 5 because I don't typically use brushes to put on my foundation. However, if I do, I like to use something like this, which is this is Real Techniques and it's called a sculpting brush, but the brushes are a little more tighter, and that's so that the liquid foundation, if you're using liquid foundation, it'll go blend right into the skin. If you want to, you can also use a brush like this, a fluffy brush, to blend in your foundation, give you more of a lighter look. This one is going to give you it could possibly be a little more heavy versus this being a fluffy brush. It just applies the makeup differently. Once again, this all goes back to what you decide to use, but if it was up to me, I would use this one because I just like the way it applies. It just feels good. I like it. Okay, so those are the 5 brushes that I like, and let's just go ahead and get right into the video, and I'll show you a little clip of how I use each brush. Alright, so here I'm using my flat brush, and like I said, I love to use this brush for my brows because of the flat surface, how it can get around, you know, like every portion of the brow. I can get into the brow bone and
really do what I need to do. And then like I like to bring my concealer downward so that I can blend it out on the top of my lid, and it just fits perfectly. So that's why I like this brush for eyebrows. Now for the rest of this, you're just going to see me blending out the concealer around my brows, because if it's not one thing I hate, it is someone who has the light concealer just showing on their brows, like you can see it. That's not what it's meant for. It's meant to shape the brows and then be blended out so that you can't really see it once the foundation is applied. So that's what I'm doing now, going around the top, and then I'm just going to blend it out before I apply the foundation. So here I'm using the Fenty Beauty foundation. It's in the color 440. And I really like this foundation. What I did notice about it is that it does oxidize, so it looks like it's going on pretty light, but you'll see as I blend it in that it oxidizes and it blends right in with my skin tone. So I'm just going to apply this with my beauty blender all over my face so that we have a good canvas so that you can really see how everything is applied with each brush. Alright, so right here I'm applying concealer under my eyes, just to kind of hide like those indentations under my eyes. And then the next step, I'm going to blend it out with my beauty blender. And I'm just going to keep blending it until you don't see it anymore. So here I'm going in with my more tapered fluffy brush, and I'm going to use a loose powder that is close to my skin tone, but it's like a little bit lighter. This would be like a deep colored loose powder, and I'm just going to set the concealer that I apply under my eyes. I wanted to set it so that it's not cracking, creating creases, and then it lasts, and that it gives more of a matte finish versus a shiny look. So I'm just blending it out. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with another fluffy brush. This one's kind of tapered. And I'm going to go in with Black Radiance. This is a pretty dark pressed powder. I'm not too sure what the color is. I can put it in the description box. But I'm just going around to sculpt my face basically, and warm it up. So once I apply the concealer and I set it with the powder, things can look like, my face can look flat. So I'm creating dimension, and it also could look too bright. So if it's looking too bright, I can also tone it down by contouring. So I'm just using powder because I really don't want to use cream or liquid or anything like that. I want it to look kind of airbrushed and just pretty natural. So I'm just going to keep going around until I feel like it's enough. Okay, so here I'm going to go in with my big fluffy brush. And once again, like I said, this could be like a blush brush. It could be called so many different things, but you just want to look for the size. It needs to be big and fluffy so it can do what it needs to do. So basically I'm going back in with the loose powder. It's a very, very light, fine powder. So I can go back in and just kind of blend in between those two colors. So like how the concealer was a little bit brighter, and then I went in with the contour. I want to kind of just like blend it all together and bring it together so that it's not like too harsh. And that's basically what I'm just doing here. I'm taking a brush and just blending it out until it looks fine-tuned. So these are the 5 brushes that I recommend for beginners. Again, all of these are used just on the face, and you see me with the completed look. I added lipstick and I added lashes, but everything else you pretty much watched me do, my eyebrows and my full face. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe.